Welcome back to the spaceport. And just in case you were wondering what that cryptic message was earlier today, Mike Meridian, my newly installed broken dryer is bogged down again as of this afternoon. Yep. Okay. 30 amp breaker. Don't tell anyone I did it myself. Twist lock. Kind of like these. Used to use them on the shop and industrial. Yeah, so now I have to tear this thing all apart again and try to get to the bearings, which are sealed bearings, not really used or serviceable. This is kind of like a disposable appliance. So trying to make it not bogged down and jammed full of whatever. Basically lubricate the bearings and stuff so that it can spin and have a blower motor is very labor intensive. Got to take it all apart. So yeah, that'll be fun. I'm on headset again. So yeah, let's ad-lib some stuff here. Stream of consciousness, as I think you and Elaine would say, or had said before. Yeah, so going pretty good. Frustrated with some stuff earlier today. I mean, it was going good other than being frustrated with not getting super far on the moving of the scaffold down the building to be able to continue with the insulation install and wiring up additional high-powered lights. I've been slowly replacing these big bastards that look like Saturn V rocket engines. Yeah. With modern LED ones that are, well, that's an old buzzing rocket engine type one. I think it's like a mercury vapor or some high pressure thing. And all the rest that I have up since I've been slowly doing the lights are bright ass LEDs. The brightest ones you can get at Lowe's, in fact. So bright I had to point them at the ceiling because pointing them straight down was too bright if you had just a point source. It was like looking at the sun. It'd be okay if the whole ceiling was those, but yeah, just one. It's hard to look at. Casts really harsh shadows. So I was stalled about there, up in the building, moving the scaffold from that section, which I just finished stapling and stuff a couple days ago, or yesterday, to there, and I had a new slanted scaffolding I had made. This is just one leg of it that was up here, so I could sort of mount my cross brace, which is the ladder up there that you can't really see, at various intervals up, so I could reach up into stapling this junk up there. My scaffold on the other side of the building is a flat thing that's cantilevered off the structure of the the posts in this these 6x6 posts here. That's they're cantilevered. They dog into the space here, which isn't exactly a 2x4 or nominal 2-inch lumber dimension. So if you shove something in there, you've got a hook, and it kind of, if you have it braced, you can kind of lever off the wall. And so that is a cantilever. The other one is between the wall and the other thing, the rafters. And what I use to keep it from slipping off, so I'm not counting entirely on the shear of my deck screws, is 50 grit sandpaper, or 80 grit sandpaper discs. Stick those to the lumber and then that's sandwiched in between the wood and the post, and you screw through it, and it's takes a whole lot to make it slip when you're pushing hard against it. So that's kind of what holds your weight up. In fact, you can just use clamps, but over on that side, I just put deck screws right into the timbers. So this is going a little long, but I was feeling pretty down today, frustrated, especially after I got done doing all that stuff. And it took so long to move that lumber down the building and to wire up another light, and to not have like the hardware to, or the energy to finish it before I had to go out and get a carload of flock feed, because box truck will get bogged down in the mud and stuff. So anyway, went to go leave the building or whatever, just push another heat cycle into the building because we're going to have a lot of strong wind, humid, like a rainstorm, strong wind, blowing humid air into the building. So everything here is going to be have condensation and be drenched unless I get the temperature of these metal heat sinks and the floor, by the way, up above dew point. So I wanted to throw some heat into the building, hit the cycle, and this just goes bang. Like, oh crap. Feeling down, so went inside the house, checked things out, and I saw in my video feed that Teacher Mike just posted another video, a new video. I like the Tai Chi to kind of like the Matrix soundtrack. It's like where are they now? The Matrix cast. Where are they now? Doing Tai Chi at a Caribbean resort or something. But that actually kind of reminds me that I've been doing sort of like a fitness Tai Chi binge lately, videos at least, because I used to do a little bit of the lunchtime Tai Chi at school, in high school, and I was like, oh yeah, I wonder if that would be good for flexibility and balance, and static isometric strength building. Because, I'm getting to be semi-senior. See this crooked finger? Yeah, that's arthritis. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, oh, what a coinky-dink. Senior's doing Tai Chi. That's funny. But I was thinking about doing my own sort of comedic, practical Tai Chi sort of kung fu martial art form, which would be based on my farm chores and animals, like, let's see if I can do something. Hold on. This might eventually be an edited video, and then it'll actually be watchable. All right. Who wants to see me make a fool of myself? Here's one form. Well, no. Here's me screwing up. Here's light bucket. So it'd be like instead of like the usual, embrace the moon or whatever things, it's like pick up the bucket, lift the bucket, and you got to have your weight. You got to sit in the invisible chair instead of bending over like that and picking stuff up. Sit in the invisible chair. I was so proud of myself the other week when I sat down and I was like looking forward. I'm like, holy shit, both my heels are touching the ground and I'm low and I can pick something up without going like that. So like, sit in the invisible chair and then pick up the bucket. And this bucket weighs nothing, but this one probably weighs 60, 70 pounds because it's full of chains. So you always have to keep your weight aligned. Anyway, basic things like that, or like break up the goose ride, or like turn around quickly because a goose is biting you. So like you're walking around and suddenly you have to like brace for a goose attacking, or something like that, or a rooster is attacking, and look out for. All right, so this is goofy. Hopefully this will be edited out in the made-for-TV version. But yeah, long story short, you kind of turned my mood around this afternoon, even though it was completely unintentional or whatever. It just reminded me of like stuff beyond my my daily issues, and whatever. So, Mike, what a swell guy. Um, Other things, but whatever. I came home from getting the carload of feed up the Quagmire driveway, and yeah, took me a long time to get back outside, and now I'm kind of like zoned out, spaced, and bummed, which is what happens when you don't get out to it. And when I don't get out to it and you know keep that inspired momentum going. I did get another plastic animal though, and it's not one of these. Damn, I left it in the house. I think it's a Black Angus bull. Uh, you know, I am thinking about actually editing videos and stuff, but we'll see. What I'm excited about doing, and I feel like, oh yeah, maybe I'll be able to do that, usually ends up being just like, oh yeah, maybe I could do that if I had nothing else to do. Uh, so uh, I'm probably pretty boomy on the mics right now because it's these things, but yeah, if I had nothing else to do, I could like finish up this sidecar thing, which is still waiting for me to deal with the weather emergency that we had, you know, um, not too long ago. Well, a couple weeks ago, it started getting to be snowing and stuff. Started out with raining cats and dogs, and that night it turned to ice, um, and snow and blizzard and like, I don't know, way too much snow and then condensation, and then I had to deal with all this stuff, and I was like, oh crap, I better get heat in here and cover up the things that are going to get wet, put heaters underneath them. That's why these are all tented off with little heaters underneath them. Uh, Good luck with the truck. They don't make tarps that wide. Actually, I should just get more. And I could probably do it with materials I have here if I had nothing else to do. Uh, yeah, it does get to be a little bit of a downer that this spaceport dream of possibilities and um, and mothballed projects. Can't ever see any one of them to completion because, yeah, if I had nothing else to do, I could complete my stand inside wing sail thing, ice skate sailing thing. That's a yet to be skinned section of a wing for a ice skate sail that I was working on a good 10 years ago. Uh, And yeah, we've got the materials, electronics, and composite supplies for carbon fiber guitars and various invention things. Autoclave for curing those things under pressure if we wanted to do that. Machine tools. Yeah, so we started using those twist lock outlets and wired our machines when we had the machine shop on South Industrial at, in 220. Didn't have three-phase power, but so this is what happens, by the way, with things that see heat cycles, hot and cold cycles, and you're not there to know in the morning when you've got like the dew on the grass and stuff, it's wet. Oh yeah, whatever, and it dries out. Well, so is your machine, except that it stays wet for like a week if it gets to be very cold, and then hot air is on it, and it's like a pop can because it's just like a thermal battery of cold sitting there, just continuing to be wet, and it cycles. So this is supposed to be like, yeah, I just wanted to preserve things, and I think it's kind of cool. Wow, this is going to be a long video. I gotta shut the hell up. That the spaceport is starting to look like a spaceport because it's got foil. It matches my foil hat. All right. And yeah, the other day, corrections from videos that I keep on rewatching. GMC FTW. It's not, you got to say, because it's three letters. And I think I said something about the machine has to be above the air temperature. No, it just has to be above dew point. So if the air is like, 50 degrees and, 80% humidity or whatever, and the dew point is, 40, it just needs the machine, the metal things just have to be above 40 degrees for them to not be receive condensation, even if the air temperature is like 70. Um, get what I mean? You know? So, yeah, I realize that in all these long videos that I stumble over words a lot, and I talk like a meth head. Um, uh, but I'm only partially an idiot, and it's because, you know, when it comes to actually speaking live and telling people things, it's tough to not fuck it up. You know what you mean, but you say it wrong because you're trying to fill up the quiet times, and I'm not editing videos. So maybe I will eventually. Maybe I will tonight. Who knows? But thanks again, Mike. If you sat through to the end of this one, congratulations. Maybe you and I are the only ones. All right. The ducks say good night, everybody.